Hello, folks. So welcome to this pre-course briefing for the course Digital Marketing Fundamentals. So it's important that you view the full recording of this briefing so that when you start the course on day one morning, there'll be less technical difficulty being faced. So my name is Kelvin. I'm the principal trainer with Immersity. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so for our e-learning, right, at Immersity, do take note of these following requirements. So I'm going to use annotation to help me with the points. Do ensure that you have your NRIC or your driver's license prepared in the morning, right? Because our admin staff will do a breakout room for IC verification. So you'll be required to hold up your NRIC, cover your number, right? Just to show your name and the picture, right, to our admin staff. We'll conduct this verification in the breakout room. Okay, so do prepare that. Secondly, do ensure that your camera is turned on throughout the training, right? Do not off your camera. And for attendance taking wise, there'll be a group picture taken at the start, lunch, right, and at the end of the class. So at least 3 times a day. So do make sure your cameras are turned on for the picture taking. And when you are taking a picture, please make sure it's a full frontal view of your face and not half or your forehead, or even some people will be putting a picture. So a static picture doesn't work. It needs to be a live person, yeah? And if you could do us a favor, your Zoom profile, when you join the meeting, please make sure the name is as per NRIC. So your full name as per NRIC. So it will help the audit to check that, right, the correct person's full name attended the course. Okay. Next. As for the setup of devices, our training is unique from other schools, right? I'm sure you could have attended a lot of the webinars using just your iPad, but this is a very practical, hands-on course. So with that in mind, there'll be a lot of time you'll be on your own laptop. Okay, so we do encourage everyone to join the meeting, right, and the training with at least 2 devices. Your laptop will be your primary screen and a tablet or an iPad for your secondary screen, right? So why this setup, right? So besides iPad, tablet, it could even be a second laptop. And sometimes people will have an extended monitor. That also works, as long as you have 2 screens, right? So why this setup? We are trying to emulate a classroom environment, right? Where when you look up the front, that will be the trainers, the projection screen, right? The trainer will do the demo and the PowerPoint slides. That will be the secondary screen over here, your extra laptop, your iPad or your tablet. And when it's time for you to do your own hands-on practical, you will go back to your own laptop, your primary screen, to do your own hands-on. Okay? Because if you're only working with 1 devices, yeah, when you share a screen, you cannot follow and see the trainer's demo screen anymore. So you might drop out. So during our training, right, we also encourage the trainees to switch on their share screen, right, readily, sometimes even permanently. Okay, so because when you encounter any issues, right, when you encounter issue with hands-on, right, trainer will request you to share this primary screen, basically the laptop that you're working on for the hands-on. Okay. Now, on the tablet and iPad, you should be very familiar. You can install the Zoom app, right? On the laptop, right? On laptop, right? You can install Zoom software, right, to your PC, or you can visit zoom.us, click join meeting at top right, to join from browser. So of course, the first method will be better. Installing of the Zoom software would be more stable, right, and easier to use. right? So do check out how to install the Zoom software to your PC. Okay, now, whenever you have two devices in the same meeting, right? If you have these two, if both devices, the audio is turned on, there's always a feedback loop, a very loud, sharp sound, right? So which could be very bad for other trainees. So in this case, do ensure that you totally mute one device. It could be your laptop, it could be the iPad, so that it doesn't have the audio to feed into the microphone of the other device. Okay. On the laptop, right? On laptop, right? If you are going to use your iPad to speak and listen, your tablet, so you mute on your laptop, you can click bottom right volume bar and move to 0, right? Or leave audio, right, in Zoom. Okay. But if you want to use your laptop to speak and listen, then there'll be the other way around, right? On iPad, right, leave audio, right? Means do not join with audio, right? Do not join with audio, right? If you are using laptop to speak and listen. So basically, in short, just totally mute one device, only use one device to speak and listen. Okay. Now, as I was saying in the previous slide, to do the share screen, right? So there are situations when I will request you to share your laptop screen with me, your primary laptop screen with me, so that I can see and advise and guide you, right? The trainer can see, advise, and guide you. So let's say on your laptop, you should look for the Zoom control bar. And if you notice this new share button here, the green color up arrow, upward pointing arrow. So you click on the new share, right, to start sharing your screen. Alternatively, there's this hotkey, right? This hotkey to press to share screen. Okay, that is also another way. And after you click on the new share, right, you will see this pop-up window. This pop-up window, you need to choose dashboard, right? Choose dashboard. You can't see here, right? Choose your desktop, desktop to share, right? You can also choose the browser to share, so that the trainer can only see your own browser instead of maybe other software you might be using on your own desktop. Okay, this is not the end. After you choose already, that's number one. You need to click on share. A lot of people would forget to click on this share button, right? Need to remember to click, right? Click blue button share, right? Button share to start sharing. Right? If not, you just choosing the screen to share is not enough. You need to click on the blue color to start. Okay. Next. So I will often definitely only ask you to share your primary screen, which is your hands-on screen, so that I can see, right? So I can see and advise. So so take note of the hotkey, alternate shift S. If it's Apple, right? For iOS, it is command plus shift, right, plus S. Okay. Now look for this Zoom icon in your laptop bar. Click to make Zoom active. In case if you click on the alternate shift S or you can't find your Zoom control bar, you need to first click on the Zoom icon at your taskbar to make it active window, and then you click on Control Shift S. Okay. By default, everyone's your audio will be muted, and the trainer will actively mute you because the ambient noise, right? And also, if you were to unmute to ask a question, do remember to mute yourself back, right? Do remember to mute yourself back. And in my class, I always encourage a lot of students to ask, trainees to ask a lot of questions, because I have been working with agents for a good number of years. I have a very good understanding. So in fact, the more questions they ask, the class becomes lively, active, more active. And it's a good opportunity for you to clear all your doubts for agents when it comes to digital marketing. So take the opportunity to ask questions, and also even chat, right? If let's say if I'm in the middle of a presentation, something that's not urgent, right? You can type in the chat, because I will revisit the chat and then message and then reply. Okay. So once you share a screen with me, if I will guide you through voice, through annotations, right? Draw on your screen. And some scenario, I might even request for remote control. So I will request a remote control of screen to help you. Okay. Now, let me skip to this first, ideal learning experience. So for ideal learning experience, make sure your computer has Google Chrome or Firefox installed. So I prefer Google Chrome, of course, because it's open source. And do not clutter with other tabs, right? And try not to use Internet Explorer or Safari browser, right? So Google Chrome browser, is it this one? Yeah, this is the Google Chrome browser, right? Chrome browser. Okay, it's by Google and open source and are compatible with the software we are going to use for your WordPress. Okay, and second, prepare a notebook with a pen. This is course to be recorded, and all 3 days will be sent to you. But of course, you're going to revisit. You're not going to be revisiting all the 3 days, right? It's too much. So what is good would be, I will always highlight the key learning points and FAQ sections, right? So that when you revisit the video, you only go back to a certain point in time, right? Let's say 11 a.m. Kelvin teach how to create property categories. Or right, 3 p.m. how to configure Google Ad extensions. So you can just browse, move the video to that point and start viewing from that point onwards. So I will always highlight the main points. Every class with different timing, right? So I will remember to highlight for you. So you can note down the timing so that you can easily revisit when you have the course recording to recap. So there's no need for you to attend a refresher course actually, because with the video and the key learning point, the timing, right? You can view it at your own time, right? Own pleasure. Okay. So I was mentioning just now, if it's not an urgent question, Jen type in the chat, I will always reply. Okay. Okay. Let's do some housekeeping. Make sure you have verified the email sent from Exabytes. That is where I bought your domain from, right? To verify your ownership. And for those with SG domain, I also sent you this link to verify with your SingPass, right? Your SingPass. Otherwise, after a few weeks, your domain will be locked, right? Your website will be down. Okay. Now, this part, primary color and the logo for our website. Of course, we are going to be learning how to create an umbrella listing website, a self-branded website, right? You could have heard about Singapore Property, Stacked Homes, Singapore Property Launch, Property Fishing, Property Hunt.sg. So all these are agent-owned websites that they are self-branded. So this is what we are going to learn in day one of the training. Okay, but before you reach that, to have your own website, it's good to decide your own branding, right, and your own logo if you want. So let's start with the color. Okay, let's start with the color. So basically, the website that I have prepared for you is very empty, just like that, right? This is the exact same website that you have that I set up for you, right? So this is the website that we are trying to become, where there is a logo, right, and a color branding, right, and a color branding. So this is actually the same template coming from here. So the first thing to decide your own color, right? You might want to have your own this color theme, right? Or along the same line as your own agency. So go to Google, type in Canva color wheel. Canva color wheel in Google. Go to the first result. So can you see this circle wheel here? So basically you can play with this circle wheel and decide the color that you want, right? It's a very wide variety for you to choose. You can also, if you're prop next, you want to choose a bit blue, ERA, orange tea, right? Or some other agencies, the blue buttons. So at end, basically, after you move the shades that you like, right? Let's say this one, you need to take down this particular color code, right? Write down this color code. Write down this color code to be input into website, right? While configuring the setting, right? So for example, i.e. this one is what is it? Hashtag OAO0A, I think is 0A0 DF5. So this is a color code, hex code, right? That is like RGB color, right? So write it down, because when you are configuring a template of your website, whenever there is a place for you to input your own color theme, this is what you're going to input. So for now, you can just play with the color and decide. And you also need the color code, because when you ask a designer to do a logo for you, they will ask you for the color code that you want. So it's the same thing, you need to provide that. So you can tell them blue, but what shades of blue, right? Orange, which shades of orange? And the good thing about color wheel is that they even give you a complementary color that you can use, right? Complementary color to use for secondary, like a secondary color. It's like a secondary color, like that goes well with this one, complementary. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing, you might want to consider doing up a logo for your website. So if you look at this sample website, EMSG Property, there's a logo, right? So where can you go and get logos done? Right, there's this very good website called Fiverr, Fiverr, right? Fiverr. So over here, fiverr.com, Fiverr. It's one of the oldest platforms for design, to find people can do small tasks, including logo design. So for example, here you see logo design. No, I put real estate logo. How about that? So from real estate logo, you can see there are so many, right? I haven't signed in, but I will just carry on talking here. So you can see there are so many logo designers out here, right, that you can choose from. Logo design starts from 20 to 40 bucks, thereabouts. And in my pre-course checklist, I've also recommended to you one designer that I often use and often refer to my previous classes students, right? You can please check your pre-course checklist for that. If not, you can contact us. I will send you the separately. Okay. Okay. So these are two things. If you want to get a logo done, it takes about 3 to 5 days. Up to you. Logo is not inclusive in the course because it's entirely personal to you. If you decide to use it, use your website for the long haul, then yeah, it's good to have your own logo. You feel more vested interest to build up your website when you have your own logo and branding. Okay, let's carry on. Now, by now you should have received this login email that I have sent you. All right, it contains two very important logins. Right, login number one, this is your website login to log into your own website, right? Your dashboard. Okay, this you will be using all the time when you are managing the content of your website. Whereas number two, your registrar login. This one we have WhatsApped you, right? The moment we acquire your domain. Basically, registrar, this is to access your domain where you purchase from exabytes, and also where you renew your domains annually. Take note, the complimentary domain and hosting is for 1 year. So your domain you own it, right? It was bought in your own email, your name. They will send you reminder to renew if you want to. If you do not wish to use your website anymore, you can ignore it. For hosting, it's hosted with us, but I will tell you it's very basic hosting for 1 year, 500 MB only, not a lot, right? Hosting, one year hosting is basic for practice only. If you decide to use your website for real business, I think it's time for you to get your own hosting outside. I have many students, within 6 months, they will migrate their website to their own hosting because it's faster, right? More reliable. They can also create their own emails. Our hosting just for practice only, right? For practice only means that you don't expect the speed to be wonderful, right? And there might even be a cap in bandwidth, right? So people might not visit anymore. So once you use it for practice, when your website touch up nicely, you are ready to meet the world, then it's good to get your own hosting. We will do a migration for you, a nominal fee, right? A nominal fee less than $20, right? To migrate your website out, right? To your own hosting. But domain, you already own it, so there's no need to migrate out because you just renew directly with Exabytes. Okay, so let's back to this login number 1. This is very important. You need to write it down, right? You need to write it down. In the same email, you will also see the course notes download link. Okay, so it's time to go to your website, log into your website dashboard. So in the email I sent you, if you look at login number 1, right? I'm going to boot up. This is how your website will look like, yeah, totally empty. You take note of the domain, right? This is my dummy website domain, of course. Yours will be your own domain given by you, all right? Before the course starts. So to go to your website login, it's always to add your domain name, add a WP-admin at the back. Okay, so to log in to your dashboard, right? Type your domain name and add /WP-admin at the back. WP means WordPress. Okay, so for example, newprop.com/WP-admin, right? To reach the page. Now, once you reach the page here, the login is admin, default, I set up for you, and the password is new launch, right? New launch hex 1234. You can change it when you're inside. Just look at the notes, right? Everybody has the same login and the password, right? You can change the password, right, separately. So click on the remember me before you log in so that you can always don't have to log in all the time. You're always logged in. Because once you are always logged in, right? Admin. Okay. Once you're always logged in, there's this black color bar on top wherever you go, right? Bar, right. Once you always log in, this admin bar appears. Right. So whichever page you go, they will see this admin bar. Now back here. So this is the WordPress dashboard. You'll spend a lot of time over the next 3 days of training inside the WordPress dashboard. So let's do some simple orientation, right? Before I tell you what's the simple things you can configure, right? And we'll be done. Okay, we'll be done. So on the left side here are all the WordPress options, right? WP options, right? My instructions during the course will be very simple. I will always, right? Trainer will always give the main option followed by the sub option. Okay, example, post, all posts, right? And you will say, what is post or post, right? So look here, post, all posts. Okay, so again, there will be posts, all posts. I circle in advance. Right, like that. And click on that. So all the options, there'll be a pop-up sub option. Right? Post all posts, post add new, right? Post categories, right? Then if I say media library, there'll be media library. There we see all the media files, right? Media files. All right, so if you go down on the left side, it's a lot from dashboard all the way down until Smash here. I won't be teaching you everything in the course, but I'll teach you the key ones that matter. Because once you're very familiar with WordPress, right, all the options on the left, you will know how to navigate already. So let's just do one homework, right? Follow, there'll be two homework, but we'll do the first one. Go to settings, general. Settings, general. Right? Settings is about the 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth option from the left bottom. Right? Fourth option from the left bottom. Settings, general. So I need you to do three things for me here. Right? Three things. First one, right? Replace my blog with your business name. Right? I.e., so for example, your business name is EMSG property, right? Singapore, right? Or maybe your business is a new launch condo, right? New launch good deals condo, right? Awesome property for sale SG. That will be your business name, right? Second, right? So give your own tagline, i.e., trusted realtor since 1999, for example, right? Or asset progression, right? With me, with us. Okay. So over here, you can, for example, here EMSG property, right? Okay, and then here will be right asset progression consultant. Okay. Third, see this admin email here? Replace with your personal email, right? This is such that you will receive any notification sent out to your website, from your website to you, to your own email, personal Gmail, Hotmail, okay, right? So let's say I change this to, for example, that. Okay, and I go and click on. These are the three things, 1, 2, 3. Next, just click on Save Changes at the bottom. Right, Save Changes at the bottom. Right, click to save. Okay, I click on that. Take note, once you change your business name, you see at the top here, change, right? This is your website name. Website name. Okay, so I click on save. Okay, so the name has been changed. You will notice that the email is not changed yet, right? Email not changed yet. Check your personal email and click on confirmation link so that this will be updated. So the pending change will be updated once you go to your email and click on the verification link. Okay, so do take note, do complete this. If you have any issues, do come back to us. Next, all right, go to media library. Why media library? So in the training, I will also be teaching you, right, how to create your own resale listings. So for example, you see this one, the resale listings here. There's your, you want to add an agent name and your face and your professional picture and your details, right? So you need to upload your picture. So you go to media library to do that. So in media library, so media library, add new and upload a couple of professional picture. Do not upload videos, right? Okay, do not upload videos. So over here, library, click on this, add new, right? To upload a couple of professional pictures, right? So once you, it can also be drag and drop, like drag and drop, right? Can also drag and drop. Yeah. Okay, make sure your pictures are big enough resolution, not like 50 by 50 pixels, right? Not too small size picture. All right. So these are two things. Now, to visit your website, you can click on the top left here, right? To visit your website, click top left, your website name, web name. All right, so you click on that and you will visit your front page of your website. To go back to your dashboard, right? Put your cursor here and click on dashboard, you'll go back to your dashboard. So that's how you toggle between the dashboard and the front end. Okay, dashboard and the front end. Okay. So let's go back to the slides. Okay, change admin email to make sure to confirm. And a summary to prepare that I have prepared here for you. Right? If you really want your website to have your own logo, yes, you might be spending 20 to 40 bucks, but if not, you can actually totally don't do a logo, it's okay. So get a logo and icon done up. Decide the color. Next, in the WP dashboard, go to Settings General, edit site title, tagline, and admin email. Next, go to Media Library. Okay, so that's all for me here. That's all for me here. Okay. Okay. And we'll see you at the first day of the training. Right? See you at the first day of training. All right. Thank you. Let me